they had this idea of Supercenter. Who are the Supercenters, which are basically champions of Sendoso? And they looked at the total number of Supercenter accounts, the number of advocates in those Supercenter accounts. So those are the people. What's the retention of those? How many people write reviews? How do they get placed in the grid for the influence of the grid placement for like Forrester and G2? Badges influenced of the on the revenue side. So a lot of these Supercenters were references, which influence closed won deals. And then, of course, case studies. She actually had about double the amount of metrics that I'm showing on this slide. But I pulled out the ones I thought were most relevant. And again, like if you show the CFO, like, hey, we have a campaign all about our customers. It's a Supercenter campaign. It's twofold. One is we want to get more Supercenters. So we're creating a campaign to actually create more Supercenters versus we want to then market with our Supercenters. So just a cool example, I thought. We're going to wrap it up. Let us know if you have any questions about anything. We have about 5 minutes left. I know many of you folks, I think, are part of TACK Insider already. But if you have any questions or want to join, let me know. But the cool thing is, I'll drop the link now in the chat. The cool thing is Maria and Melissa, I'm sure they should drop their emails in the chat as well. And this will be part of the email follow-up as well, are offering a design and content audit for one of your upcoming campaigns. So, I mean, you guys want to talk a little bit more about this?
Yeah, totally. If anyone out there is in the process of ideating, strategizing an upcoming campaign, or, you aren't and you need help doing that too, we're here to help. So, Kuth, we do design, we do strategy, and Melissa is a content expert. So we will come together and would love to meet with you and just chat about what you're working on and help you fill in any gaps you have.
Yeah, just touching on that really quickly. I think going back to how we tie that together, right? When you're looking at campaign, really understanding the purpose and the focal point, and then Maria being able to come in and say, words are hard today, guys. We're speaking a lot, right? Not so much. Making sure that your brand is well represented from the brand perspective, but then also what is the content that ties into that and supports that.
I love it. Definitely take them up on this. I mean, Kuth and Content Creative, they're key partners with TACK. We do a lot of things together for joint customers. They're great. So, let me know if you have any questions or just reach out to Maria, Melissa directly. And if you want to book time with me about anything, feel free. You'll get the link in the chat. It also is a follow-up, but if you want to chat about your campaigns, we help a lot of customers both build and then execute integrated campaigns for both startups and scale-ups. We have one question so far from Bernadette. So she's in Singapore, Singapore-based company trying to break into the US market, early stage. How would we be able to increase our influence in a very compressed period of time to get into the United States? Any thoughts for Bernadette, Maria, Melissa?
Ooh. This is a loaded question. I would love to dig into this a little bit more. It's like, what's your product? What's your competition look like? How does the Singapore market change compared to the USA market, right? So like, I would want to understand competitively, comparatively, market research wise, like what's going on in the market. How exactly are you different, right? We're talking about that a lot. What is your brand value? What is your promise of your product? What is that value-based messaging? And who are you going after? Right. So I think there's some foundational stuff to define and understand as far as like we would want to know as marketers. And then we can help you kind of make the best strategic investment with your resources, because, that's going to be important too. Like, what's the budget? What are we working with here? And what makes sense to focus on? So that's my quick hot take.
Hot take. Oh, go ahead, Melissa, please.
I was going to say my immediate instinct goes to competitive landscape as well. Understanding your competitors, what you're up against, and then how you differentiate. And then to the point of increasing influence in a compressed period of time, also understanding what channels they're occupying and whether or not you have the ability to be competitive within those channels, but also looking at if there's opportunities within channels that maybe they're not occupying that you can take over or really be the authoritative figure in.
My short answer is partner-led growth. It's not easy, but finding the right people or companies who already have trust with your ideal audience in the United States, everything Maria and Melissa said, yes, look at competitive, look at all those other things for sure. but you ultimately going to have to try to find a wedge that gives you leverage through probably existing relationships. That's how I would probably appeal to it.
Complementary businesses.
Yeah, exactly. Complementary businesses going off the same IC. I'm going to give a lot of info on one question. Yeah, it's understandable. And Bernadette, no worries. Again, feel free to reach out to us if you want to do a follow-up on that. Folks, we're at time. Thank you, Maria, Melissa, for everything. This will be on demand on the TACK Network, and we'll send an email out tomorrow. But thank you both.
Perfect. Thanks for having us. Thanks, everyone, for joining.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.